everybody, welcome back. Very excited to be reviewing this one. No, I did not buy this. This is luckily a friend of mine who I went with to the boutique to purchase. So this is the new Speedmaster, the 310, 30, 42, yada yada yada. It goes on and on. This is, as you'll see soon, the Sapphire Sandwich, not the Hesselite. But popping that box open, the box is stunning. Interesting enough, it's kind of a smaller version of that famous Speedmaster box that had the little disc in it and the loop, but you got your instruction manual here, very simple, very nice, very classy. But this box it's the same version, just a smaller version of the very large presentation one. You undo it the same way. It's these little Velcro straps, very nice, very thorough. Popping it open, very simple. You got your watch there. There's some more other goodies in this box, but right off the top, opening it, that's what you get. You got a very simple little polishing cloth in here. Didn't look like it was Omega branded, which is kind of disappointing, but it might have been, and I might have just missed it. Got your extra links. But the cool thing is that the inner part of this box turns into a watch travel case. Blown away by that. I think that's really cool. That's really dynamic. Would love to see other brands do that. I know Omega used to give these out, I have a small red one at home, but this is a really cool touch for this box. I think that's a really, really awesome, fun little thing. The salesman was really happy to point that out to us, so it was really cool. The box also comes with, internally, a book that kind of walks you through the Speedmaster, has some pictures of moon missions, astronauts, that kind of stuff. Very cool, flipping through it, lots of pictures. Overall presentation of this box right off the bat, it's a really awesome, piece of work. So diving into the watch itself, as I said, this is the coaxial master chronograph chronometer, 42 millimeters, Sapphire Sandwich, that's the reference, 310. Per Omega, this is a domed, scratch-resistant sapphire crystal that should be anti-reflective, but it was very, very difficult to film this watch. It wanted to reflect light all over the place, so apologies right up front for that. You'll get a closer view at this when I flip it over, but this is the caliber 3861 movement. That's the newer Speedmaster movement. This watch weighs around 138 grams, definitely has some heft to it. The dial is that beautiful black color as you saw up close. Does not screw down, so there's only 50 meters of water resistance, but I would not swim with this if I were you. And it does have a power reserve of 50 hours. This is an absolutely incredible demonstration of the new version of the Speedmaster, and in the hand it feels absolutely stunning. Taking a closer look at the face here, you just see that beautiful textured dial. Up close, I'll even show you some other shots here that show you kind of that spiral-like texture on the sub-dials. As you know, you have the running second hand, you have the 30 minute counter, and then the 12-hour timer that is all run by that chronograph hand that runs around it. It runs beautifully, it snaps back beautifully, which you'll see in this video at certain points. But now diving into, overall the watch itself a little closer up from the side, it is that beautiful domed shape. I will put later in the video the specifications on the size, but it is kind of a hefty watch. People know that. The bracelet on this new version is also incredible. As you can see here, it also has your standard 3 pushers, little shot of the back there. But now looking closer at the bracelet, the Sapphire does have the polished inner links. The Sapphire version has those brushed. It also has this new clasp, which I will show you in more detail later as well, but it does have the new kind of Rolex style, as you can see here. The push, it's a micro adjustment, it's like a glide lock. Apparently they don't all have that. The boutique was very happy that they had one that did currently have it that they sold to us, but they said not all of them have it, so definitely look for this version. But this clasp is stunning. Taking a closer look at the back of the case, you do see that beautiful movement. This is the Sapphire Sandwich, as I said, so you do have the case back. It's the first watch worn on the moon. It says coaxial master chronometer. You got that beautiful shot of the Omega 3861 movement. This is a great demonstration of a, you know, see-through case back. This is, as you can see, kind of trying to wind it here for you guys on camera, but it didn't come out great, but it winds absolutely beautifully. This is just a really beautiful presentation piece. I personally would go with the Hesalite. I think it's just a little more original, but my friend wanted to do this version so it could take a little more wear and tear, and it's just a stunner. Jumping in here to look at the Lume, very standard as you would expect. It's all your hour markers and your minute and hour hand and the chronograph hand. Very bright. It's that beautiful kind of turquoisey aqua color, but it was very bright, charged up beautifully. It's everything you would look for in a Lume. I don't know how much you're going to need this watch at night. This is absolutely a stunning piece Lume-wise, and you would get great legibility out of it if you were wearing it at nighttime. I'm going to measure it here based on what my calipers say, not necessarily what the Omega website says, but you could compare it to see if it's comparable. I know it's always a little bit off, but these are 20, well, the end links are supposed to be 20. That measured around 18, and it tapers down to right around 14, but the website does say that they are 20 millimeter between the lugs. So that's interesting. Jumping in here to measure the thickness of the watch case, it's a little bit under 14, around 13.5, 13.3. That's great. Measuring the case width, you get a non-exact that measured around 41. The actual case diameter on the website is 42. Measuring it this way, you get much closer to that, slightly over still. But it measures very true. And finally, throwing this on the wrist, my friend has a much smaller wrist than I do, so it was definitely a little tight, but it felt great to wear. I've had one of these in the past for a good period of time, and I've really enjoyed wearing them. This is a far more comfortable bracelet, in my opinion, than the previous version. The clasp is beautiful. Everything about this watch on the wrist feels great, and that's why this is the watch that got me into watches. So putting it on it always feels like home to me, and this watch wears everything that you would want it to wear. Final thoughts on this piece, blown away by it, can't wait to get mine, hopefully later this year, but so lucky that my friend gave me the opportunity to just take this for a day and just kind of look it over and do some of these great shots. Get yourself a Speedmaster if you like watches. Everything about this watch is A+, all the little, you know, brushing, the non-brushing, the polishing, every little detail is spot on, and the best part is you can walk into a store today and buy one. You're not going to go on a wait list. You're not going to have any of that BS. Get yourself a Speedmaster right now, and you're going to enjoy every minute of this watch.